Hello chaps, today we explore the fascinating safari wildlife of the Serengeti and Masai Mara. I'm Winston Hartley. Over the past 30 years I've travelled all about the globe and I'm excited to take you on a wild ride through the sensational Africa safari. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy but thrilling safari. The wildebeest. Not the most glamorous of creatures, I'll grant you, but what they lack in elegance, they more than make up for in sheer numbers. Imagine, if you will, a sea of hooves, a thundering symphony of snorts and grunts, stretching as far as the eye can see. That, my friends, is the Great Migration. Over 1.5 million wildebeest, driven by an insatiable appetite for fresh grass and a good watering hole, embark on an epic clockwise loop between the Serengeti and Masai Mara, covering a staggering 800 kilometers. It's a sight that would leave even the most jaded traveler utterly gobsmacked. But it's not just about the numbers, oh no. These hardy herbivores are masters of endurance, with legs that would make a marathon runner weep with envy. They've got to be, really, considering they spend most of their lives either grazing or on the move, constantly searching for the next leafy buffet. And speaking of buffets, the wildebeest's synchronized birthing season is a sight to behold. From January to March, the southern plains transform into a giant nursery with thousands upon thousands of calves, dropping in for a spot of lunch, much to the delight of the local predators, I might add. But even amidst the chaos, there's a certain poetry to it all. The circle of life, playing out on a grand scale, reminding us that even in the harshest environments, life in all its messy glory finds a way. They say a lion never sleeps, and judging by the amount of time these majestic felines spend lounging about, I'd say that's a bit of an exaggeration. However, when it comes to sheer power and presence, there's no denying that lions rule the African savanna. The Serengeti boasts one of the largest lion populations in Africa, with an estimated 3,000 to 4,000 of these magnificent creatures prowling the plains. Now, unlike your typical solitary cat, lions are rather social creatures, living in prides ruled by a fierce matriarch. The ladies, you see, are the real breadwinners, responsible for hunting and bringing down prey. And let me tell you, these girls are not messing about. With their powerful limbs, razor-sharp claws and those bone-crushing jaws, they're a force to be reckoned with. But it's not all work and no play for these regal felines. Lions are surprisingly affectionate creatures, spending a good portion of their day grooming each other, playing with their cubs, and generally soaking up the African sun, and who can blame them? After all, it's good to be king, or in this case, queen. The African elephant, a true icon of the savannah, and with good reason. These magnificent creatures are not only the largest land animals on Earth, but they're also some of the most intelligent and emotionally complex. Now, while they might not embark on epic migrations like our wildebeest friends, elephants are far from homebodies. They roam the Serengeti in search of food and water, their movements dictated by the changing seasons and the availability of their favorite snacks, namely a variety of plants, fruits, and the occasional tree bark. And what magnificent creatures they are. Their sheer size is awe-inspiring, with those enormous ears flapping like sails in the wind. But don't let their gentle nature fool you. An elephant never forgets. And if you cross one, you'll soon discover that those tusks aren't just for show. Elephants are incredibly social animals, living in tight-knit family groups led by a matriarch, usually the oldest and wisest female. They communicate through a complex system of rumbles, trumpets, and even infrasound, which can travel for miles across the savannah. Watching a herd of elephants interact is a truly humbling experience. They display a remarkable range of emotions, from joy and playfulness to grief and anger. They care for their young with fierce devotion and mourn their dead with heart-wrenching sadness. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because things are about to get seriously speedy as we turn our attention to the cheetah, the undisputed champion of the Serengeti sprint. This sleek and slender feline is a blur of spotted fur, capable of reaching speeds that would make a Ferrari blush. We're talking 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, folks. That's faster than you can say Hakuna Matata. But unlike a sports car, the cheetah's acceleration isn't about showing off. It's a matter of survival. You see, cheetahs are built for speed. with long, slender limbs, a flexible spine and a lightweight build that would make a supermodel envious. They're the Usain Bolt of the animal kingdom, but their bursts of speed are relatively short-lived. They rely on stealth and surprise, stalking their prey, usually gazelles or impalas, before unleashing that incredible burst of speed. And when they hit top gear, it's a sight to behold. But life in the fast lane isn't always glamorous. Cheetahs often lose their hard-earned meals to larger predators like lions and hyenas, who are more than happy to let the cheetah do the hard work before muscling in on the action. Now, if stealth and cunning are more your style, then allow me to introduce you to the leopard, the phantom of the African night. This elusive cat is a master of disguise, its spotted coat blending seamlessly with the dappled shadows of the bush. Leopards are the ultimate individualists, preferring to go it alone rather than running with a pride like their lion cousins. They're also creatures of the night, using the cover of darkness to stalk their prey, which can range from small rodents to antelopes. And when it comes to dining, leopards like to elevate the experience, literally. They're incredibly strong for their size, capable of hauling prey much larger than themselves up into the trees, far from the prying eyes and grumbling stomachs of scavengers like hyenas. But it's not just about practicality, oh no, there's a certain panache to a leopard lounging in a tree, its kill dangling elegantly from a branch. It's a power move, a statement of dominance that says, I'm the king of this castle, and dinner is served up high. Talk about a pain in the neck. Actually, when it comes to giraffes, a long neck is a definite advantage. These towering herbivores are the undisputed giants of the Savanna, with the Masai giraffe reaching heights of up to 18 feet. That's taller than a double-decker bus, in case you were wondering. Now, you might think that such an unwieldy physique would be a bit of a liability. But giraffes, my friends, are masters of adaptation. Their long necks aren't just for reaching the tastiest leaves high up in the acacia trees. They're also formidable weapons in the battle for dominance. That's right, gentlemen. When it comes to settling disputes, giraffes don't mess about with fancy footwork or sharp claws. They settle things the old-fashioned way, with a good old-fashioned necking. And these aren't your average love taps, mind you. We're talking full-on, head-bashing, neck-swinging brawls that would make a sumo wrestler wince. But don't let their brawny displays fool you. Giraffes are generally peaceful creatures, content to spend their days grazing, socializing, and generally enjoying the view from up high. And what a view it is. Now, let's take a dip into the watery realm of those seemingly placid giants, the hippopotamuses. Don't let their lazy, wallowing demeanor fool you. Beneath that calm exterior lies a grumpy, territorial beast with a bite that could snap a canoe in two. Hippos are the ultimate water babies, spending their days submerged in rivers, lakes, and watering holes, escaping the scorching African sun. But don't be fooled by their aquatic lifestyle. These hefty herbivores are surprisingly agile, both in and out of the water. They're also fiercely territorial and woe betide any creature, man or beast, that dares to encroach on their patch. When it comes to defending their turf, hippos don't mess about. They've got those massive jaws, those razor-sharp teeth, and a surprisingly nimble turn of speed for such a portly fellow. But despite their grumpy demeanor and their penchant for territorial disputes, hippos are fascinating creatures. They're incredibly social animals, living in groups of up to 30 individuals, and their underwater vocalizations are surprisingly complex and varied. So, next time you see a pod of hippos basking in the sun, spare a thought for the power that lurks beneath those placid exteriors. They may look like giant grey marshmallows, but these are marshmallows you don't want to mess with. Ah, the zebra! The African equid with a penchant for monochrome fashion. These striped stallions are a common sight on the savannah, their black and white coats creating a dazzling spectacle as they graze alongside their wildebeest companions. Now, there's much debate about the purpose of those striking stripes. Some say it's camouflage, others that it helps to confuse predators. Some even believe it's a form of zebra air conditioning, with the black stripes absorbing heat and the white reflecting it. Whatever the reason, there's no denying that zebras are a sight to behold, and they're not just pretty faces either. These striped steeds are surprisingly tough, capable of withstanding harsh conditions and long migrations. They're also fiercely protective of their herd, with stallions forming a protective circle around the females and young if danger threatens. And when it comes to speed and agility, zebras are no slouches either, capable of outrunning many predators with their surprising bursts of speed. So, next time you see a dazzle of zebras, take a moment to appreciate their unique beauty and their vital role in the intricate web of life on the African savanna. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hyenas, those cackling scavengers with the creepy laugh. And yes, while it's true that spotted hyenas have a bit of a PR problem, often cast as the villains of the savanna, there's much more to these fascinating creatures than meets the eye. For starters, hyenas are far from being mere scavengers. They're highly skilled hunters in their own right, capable of taking down prey much larger than themselves. And their social structure is surprisingly complex, with clans ruled by a matriarch, the alpha female. And that laugh? Well, it's not actually laughter at all. It's a form of communication, a way for hyenas to signal their excitement, their frustration, or even their submission to higher-ranking members of the clan. They're also incredibly adaptable, able to thrive in a variety of habitats and on a wide range of food sources. So while they might not win any popularity contests anytime soon, hyenas are undoubtedly a vital part of the African ecosystem. Time marches on, but for the rhinoceros, time seems to stand still. These prehistoric-looking behemoths are a true testament to the power of evolution, their lineage stretching back millions of years. But sadly, their future hangs in the balance. In the Serengeti and Masai Mara, you might be lucky enough to spot both the white rhino and the critically endangered black rhino. Both are herbivores, their days spent grazing on grass or browsing on leaves, their thick hides protecting them from thorns and prickly bushes. And then there are those horns, made of keratin, the same stuff as our fingernails. They're not just for show. Rhinos use their horns for everything from defense to digging to foraging. Sadly, those horns have also made them a target for poachers, driving some species to the brink of extinction. But there is hope. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these magnificent creatures, and with any luck, these ancient giants will continue to roam the African savanna for generations to come. We've already met the leopard, the elusive phantom of the African night, but trust me, one encounter with these magnificent creatures is never enough. Their beauty is captivating, their hunting prowess awe-inspiring, and their ability to vanish into thin air, well, it's enough to make you question your own eyesight. Remember that incredible camouflage? It's not just for show, you know. Leopards are ambush predators, relying on their stealth and cunning to get the drop on their prey. They're also incredibly strong, capable of hauling prey much larger than themselves up into the trees, away from opportunistic scavengers. But there's a softer side to these solitary cats. Leopard mothers are fiercely protective of their cubs, teaching them the ways of the wild and defending them from any perceived threat. And while they might not be as overtly affectionate as lions, leopards do have a certain quiet charisma, a regal air that commands respect. So keep your eyes peeled and your cameras ready, because you never know when the phantom of the night might just make a repeat performance. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're venturing into the realm of a creature that inspires both awe and terror: the crocodile. These ancient reptiles are living dinosaurs, their lineage stretching back millions of years, and their hunting skills are as sharp as their teeth. Found lurking in the rivers, lakes and marshlands of the Serengeti and Masai Mara, crocodiles are masters of disguise and patience. They're ambush predators, lying in wait beneath the water's surface, their eyes, ears and nostrils perfectly positioned to detect the slightest movement. And when that unsuspecting gazelle or zebra comes down for a drink, well, let's just say it's game over. Those powerful jaws snap shut with incredible force, one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom. And those teeth, let's just say you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of those. But crocodiles aren't just mindless eating machines. They're surprisingly social creatures, communicating with each other through a variety of hisses, growls and barks. And mothers are surprisingly attentive, guarding their nests fiercely and even carrying their hatchlings in their mouths to the water's edge. So, while you might want to think twice before taking a dip in those inviting-looking watering holes, there's no denying that crocodiles are a vital part of the African ecosystem, a testament to the power and resilience of nature. Well, there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of the Serengeti and Masai Mara's most fascinating creatures. From the thundering hooves of the wildebeest migration to the stealthy stalk of the leopard, we've witnessed the raw beauty and untamed spirit of the African savanna. We've marveled at the sheer power of lions, the intelligence of elephants, and the speed of cheetahs. We've even faced our fears with those grumpy hippos and those prehistoric-looking crocodiles. But most importantly, we've gained a newfound appreciation for the delicate balance of life on this planet and the vital role we all play in protecting it. So, grab your passport, pack your bags, and we'll see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe to explore more beautiful destinations. You may also like this video about Australia's incredible wildlife.